Hey folks, Internet Dude here. Hey, I have a unique and rare car in the shop today, and I'm doing a little work to it, and I thought I'd give you guys just a quick tour, kind of an overview. First off, this is a 1985 Dodge Omni GLH Turbo. Do you know what the GLH stands for? Goes like hell. This car actually does go like hell. So let's give you a little tour of it. I'm not sure just off the top of my head how many years they made these for, but I think it was just a handful of years, like maybe 4 years or something. This one, we don't know the actual mileage because the odometer doesn't work, but I think it says 93,000 kilometers or something like that, and there's a chance it's, you know, maybe actually a little over 100,000 kilometers. Just taking a look around the outside. We'll start with the front here. You can see it has factory fog lights, Bosch pilot lights. The grille isn't the factory grille, but it was painted to look like the factory GLH grille, which was black. This is a car that was put out by Carroll Shelby back in the Chrysler 80s days when they had these little cars. The Dodge Omni, the regular Dodge Omni, is kind of boring and kind of worthless, but this one's actually a little rocket. It's very impressive. So we got, I think these are 15-inch wheels. Let's take a look. Yeah, P195 50R15 tires. I know the current owner put these tires on. He found them used. They're actually in good shape, especially compared to what was on there before. The current owners had this car for, I'm just going to guess just off the top of my head, about 6 months. Did a little bit of patchwork on the door. There was a couple of little rust spots on there, so you can see the paint's not perfect match, but he plans on taking care of that. Back here, there was a little bit of rust there around the wheel well. He patched that up as well. Here's the rear Dodge. It's got some nice patina on here. I actually like the patina. It really adds character on this car. I'm not sure why the rear bumper was taken off, if it was damaged or something, but it's kind of a common thing for people to do with these cars. Over here, there's a decal that says "No more Mr. Nice Guy." Interestingly enough, that was the slogan, the marketing slogan for this car. I think there was a little bit of rust around that wheel well, perhaps. You can see we're missing a center cap. Very original car and really quite complete. You can probably tell there's a little rust spot there too. GLH Turbo. There's some other great patina on the hood there. I like that. Because that's something that, when it's original, you can tell by looking at it, that's original patina. That was an interesting touch that the GLH had that regular Omnis didn't. Hood vent. Can't remember just offhand if it's functional. I feel like it probably is. All right. This car at some point was damaged here across the fender, the corner of the hood, like maybe a tree fell on it, or I don't even know what would have hit that. Got some nice patina here on the roof too. So taking a look on the inside, here's the door panel and the seats. Seat has a split in it. Headliner is missing. Here's the other seat. Pretty good, other than a couple little splits there. Door panel, the dash. The center console has been removed. It was in the car when the original owner got it, but he did some work because he patched the floorboard over there and left this out, and definitely likes it that way. But the part is in the trunk or something, I think. I'll show you the back seat here real quick. It's in pretty good shape except for the top. So the reason I have it in here is I volunteered to work on the electrical because there are, let's just say, dozens of electrical problems. I'll give you a quick sneak peek on that and then I'll continue the tour. But if we take a look, too much glare, let me just adjust that. Okay, if you take a look at the gauges here, it's hard to get rid of that glare. There we go. Yeah, so it says 93,000 kilometers. The speedometer is actually disconnected, we discovered. The tachometer doesn't work. The fuel gauge seems to work. The speedometer is disconnected, as I said. Temperature gauge seems to work. The voltmeter seems to work. And I think the oil pressure gauge does not work. Someone's added a boost gauge here, and that definitely works. They just ran the vacuum tube through the vent, through the firewall. It's a pretty plain looking steering wheel. I've actually pulled the radio out, the stereo out a bit. The stereo doesn't work, and as you can tell, somebody didn't know what they were doing, did the wiring for the radio. So that's something I'm going to tackle. And let's go down here. So you might be looking and thinking, what is the fuse box doing laying on the floor? But I picked that fuse up from the junkyard. It's a spare. The main one is up here. Let me, first of all, take a look at that. Like you've got like a yellow wire there that's just cut. Like what is that for? Then you've got tape, you've got, you know, these wires, you got that going to, like, it's just a complete disaster. But if you look up here, we've got some even worse stuff happening. We've got just jumper wires going from one fuse spot to another fuse spot, and then you have jumper wires back there. Some of the fuses aren't the right size. There's just so many funky things going on there. So I volunteered to help out with that one, and yeah, it's fun. So let's pop the hood. Okay. I'll put the thing up here. All right, and here's the turbo engine. Chrysler Turbo. I don't actually know the horsepower or torque spec, but I do know that the vehicle has an aftermarket PCM. It has a tune to create more boost, and that definitely works. You can hear the boost and you can see it on the gauge. There you go. Timing chain cover, or I mean timing belt cover, I believe is removed. But remarkably, very original, very clean. Oh, the hood. Here, let's take a look. Yep, that's functional. You can see right up there, that is a functional hood vent. You wouldn't think that on a Dodge Omni. Huh. This car has a profuse leak, oil leak from somewhere down there. I'm not tackling any mechanical issues on this car. That's up to the owner. It's got a few things to do. I know it needs a rear wheel cylinder, and then there's a bit of a rattle noise from the engine, and that The owner's trying to figure that one out at the moment. He's ordered some parts. Let's pop the hatch for you. Oh, the lift struts don't work. So there's, a little bit of rust on the edge of it there. All right, we'll take a look back here. Looks like it's just the extra parts. It's probably not bright enough for you to really see, but the console is there. Oh yeah, there's the timing belt cover. Another part of the console. Some gaskets. The rear seat folds down to give you some extra room. Yeah, there you go. Okay then. And even though the car's inside, I'll start it up just for a few seconds here for you, just so you can hear it run. Get that out of the way. Get this light out of the way. All right. It's got those traditional old Chrysler keys, hey? Do you remember those from, I don't know, they must have had these keys back in, what, the 60s even? And they were still using them, even in the 80s. Yeah, you can see the radio says protecting, send service. There's something really not right with it. Make sure it's in neutral. I'll just start it up for you. Oh, there's the cool boost gauge. So there you go, an 85 Dodge Omni GLH Turbo. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Is it kind of a cool car? Is it like not cool? Did you maybe own one of these? Do you know a friend that had one? Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.